Happy 1 week till season 3 of Tell Me Lies. If you've never watched Tell Me Lies, I'm jealous that you can watch it for the first time ever. You still have time to just fly through those seasons and be ready for season 3. I'm in the process of washing my hair. You could probably tell, but I haven't eaten since, sorry, I haven't even introduced this video. This is going to be a full day of eating. This is episode 1 of my Becoming My Best Self series. I didn't really close out my last series, The Great Lock-In. Quick little review if you're wondering. I ended up hitting most of my goals. We already spoke about how I hit my bench PR goal. What are you doing? My glutes, I did maintain 41 inches, but just barely, like they're barely holding on, which I'm really trying to work on. If they drop below 40 at any point, I will be very, very sad because I already don't have much going on up here. I need something going on down here. Didn't lose 2 inches off of my smallest part of my waist, but what I actually wasn't tracking and wasn't expecting, that around my belly button, like my low waist, I ended up losing almost 2.5 inches, which I actually wasn't expecting, but I'm pretty pleased with that. And around the smallest part of my waist, ended up losing about 1 inch. Did end up losing 14.4 pounds at my lowest weight, so I didn't quite get to that 15 pounds, but I'll accept that. From Christmas Eve till basically January 5th, I was mostly tracking, but I had days that I didn't track at all. For example, like Christmas, I didn't track at all. I think I brought one meal to my mom's house that I tracked at home, but otherwise I didn't track. Christmas Eve is my sister's birthday, so I tracked that day, and then up until what we eat at night, and then cake for her birthday, I didn't track. And then I ended up getting sick the day after New Year's Day, so for a couple days, I was just eating whatever I want. When I'm sick, I lose my appetite. So whatever sounds good, I'll eat. And the sickness, what sounded the best was acai bowls. So I was eating acai bowls. January 4th, I had like a sushi night, and here we are today. What's today? The 7th, the 8th. My goal this year is to become my best self. I've really, over the last year and a half, developed so many great habits. I have lost 50 pounds over the last year and a half. You might think that sounded pretty slow, but I did it in a way that I set out to do it. I didn't want my calories to drop past a certain point. When I started to lose the weight, I told myself I didn't care how long it took. I wanted to maintain and build as much muscle as possible because that's really important to me, especially because I'm over 30, and once you get over 30, it becomes even harder to maintain muscle. And that's really what I'm trying to keep in mind, while also trying to get leaner, and just like the muscle mommy look is what I'm going for. Anyway, today is gonna be a full day of eating. I think I already said this, but I'm in the middle of washing my hair. I don't want my hair to dry too much before I blow it out, so I'm gonna go do that. I just had 2 ounces of orange juice just with water, and I just wanted to chug that really quick because I haven't eaten since 4:45. I had a Nature Valley bar, like a real throwback. Before doing my cardio day at the gym, I had these because we do like a little delivery people cart during the Christmas season, and we have a few extras, so I want to make sure that those get eaten. I don't like wasting food. I am feeling quite hungry, but I just want to finish the task I'm doing. So I'm gonna finish up this orange juice, and the morning kind of got away from me. It's now 10 a.m. and I still have not eaten my breakfast. Luckily, I did have that pre-workout little snack, but I'm quite famished. I'm just making a yogurt cottage cheese bowl, so I did about half Greek yogurt, probably like 2/3 Greek yogurt and 1/3 cottage cheese. I have these blueberries that I cooked in the stove. I did use this pan to make my husband a little omelet. I don't care. Didn't want him doing 2 pans, because if I show you what the sink looks like right now, and it's just morning, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Now I'm gonna add some honey to the bowl. I'm using this Birds and Bees raw honey. This was actually a gift from my sister-in-law and brother-in-law for Christmas. Since it's raw honey, it doesn't drizzle very well. I actually should have just mixed it in the yogurt. I'm gonna do that. And last, for crunch, and because I use non-fat Greek yogurt and low-fat cottage cheese, so I want some fats, I'm gonna put some pecans. I think these are they are salted. I had to smell it to figure out. I was just looking at my phone because I pre-track everything that I'm going to eat for the day to make sure that I'm hitting my target macros. I don't eat nuts super often. I usually do peanut butter or an egg yolk or olive oil even. So I tracked how much I was going to have, and it's looking like more than I want. And this is what we're working with for our first meal of the day. Greek yogurt cottage cheese bowl with some heated up frozen blueberries and some salted roasted pecans. Yummy yum. I've honestly contemplated just scrapping this video because it has just been a day and a half. I don't know. It's 2 o'clock, 2:07 to be exact, and I'm now about to have my lunch, partially because my potatoes taking a while, partially because there's just a lot going on. I'm having, I forget the British term for it, like jacket potato. I forget what they call it, but it's basically a baked potato with tuna inside, and then I do some corn on top, some spring onions. It's super good. I wish there's a way, or there is a way, I could just use both of my cameras so you could see me and my food, but it's a full day of eating, so the food's more important. I do 1 serving of light mayo. For some, that's probably enough wetness for your tuna. It's not for me. Light mayo. I like my tuna very moist. And then for the rest, and this is basically done, I'm gonna do plain Greek yogurt. So it's also going to give a protein boost, and it honestly just tastes the same. And then because it's non-fat Greek yogurt, I'm also saving a bit on fat. Even the light mayo still has 3.5 grams of fat per serving versus obviously non-fat has 0. This is basically done. So I'm gonna scrape what I can. Ideally I would do a bit more, but will do. And then I do lots of garlic powder, like a lot. Garlic, what the heck? And lots of black pepper. Oh, this is salt. I meant to get black pepper. Lots of black pepper. I guess I do add salt too, only a little bit. Like lots of black pepper. I like my tuna very black peppery. And then I'm gonna put the tuna in. I'm not gonna show me plopping it in because it's just giving cat food. I have a baked potato. All I did was, if you were planning on eating the skin, probably even if you're not planning on eating the skin, you should wash the outside. And then I do like a tiny bit of olive oil and then salt. That's why I don't do as much salt in my tuna, because I do eat the skin. Because look at that. Can you hear? Nice and crispy. Just, ooh. I'm actually so hungry because my meal timing has been so off today. I've been so hungry. So look at that. And then I just take my knife and like pierce it up. It smells so good. Probably like this potato, Nicole. How good can it smell? But when you season the outside of the potato, it smells good. Okay. I'm gonna put my tuna on top. I did have this exact meal yesterday for lunch, and it was so yummy. I went to the store and bought more tuna again because I was craving it yesterday. So I went to the store and bought tuna, and then I thought, I won't want it again tomorrow, or I would have bought 2 potatoes and 2 things of tuna. But here we are, so I had to go back to the store. I can't have it again tomorrow because I don't want to get mercury poisoning. And then I already have corn that I measured out and warmed up, just frozen corn. I think I'm using the Bird's Eye brand. It doesn't really matter. I bet actually if you had like corn on the cob and leftover corn on the cob, like if it was summer, that'd be perfect. Be yum. And then the last step, I'm just gonna take some green onion. This step is like technically optional, but I don't think it is, because you have something creamy, you have something like warm, you have something cold, you have something salty, you have something sweet from the corn. You need something like, not bitter. Is onion technically umami? I don't know, but you need the onion. I guess you could do like red onion if you don't like spring onion, or like regular white onion. But I feel like spring or green onion, whichever you want to call it, tastes the best raw. Yeah, it's lunch. Can you see the steam? I don't know. After this, it's already 2:16. Normally I would spread it out a little bit, but probably 20 minutes after I eat this, I'm also gonna have this David's bar. This is the peanut butter chocolate chunk flavor. I've never tried this flavor, but every flavor I've tried for them, I've at least like somewhat enjoyed. I think my favorite flavor is a cinnamon roll, and now my mind is blank on what other flavors I've tried, but I've never tried a flavor that I thought was like below a 7. So I feel like you could probably try those flavors. I'm also gonna have this Diet Dr. Pepper, and I'm so excited. Don't do too much. Okay. I was about to explode. I can hear someone creeping around. If you're wondering why I was speaking so quietly, my son is napping and my daughter's in quiet time, but I think she actually might fall asleep. See, I'm gonna eat this. sit for a second and not do anything. And then nap and quiet time probably over by the time I and then the afternoon will be much better. Positive thinking.
If this world were mine, I would place at your feet all that I own. You've been so good to me. If this world were mine, I'd give you the flowers, the birds and the
Oh my goodness!
My first popovers. And this is dinner. I'm excited to try the popover. Oh, hot. Very good. Like eggy. I realized I didn't even explain because I only showed you me making the popovers, but we're having a breakfast for dinner. Made the popovers, eggs, which I didn't show you. Very simple. I used a little bit of the bacon grease to cook the eggs. I did burn the bacon, but it's super yummy. And I just have a bunch of broccoli just to get some. Yeah, just to get. There you go. Here you go. I gave them kiwi, but I guess they want broccoli. Yes, here you go. You're welcome, sweet boy. And then broccoli just to get some fiber and veggies in. The poppers are yummy. It tastes like, it tastes like a Dutch baby, yeah. It is 9 o'clock. The day really just, I don't know, all day I've been feeling kind of behind. Sorry if you can hear the dishwasher. I just made my Ninja Creamy. Also, another apology. Sorry for having an AirPod in. I was cleaning up downstairs and I was I'm actually listening to the Call Her Daddy Jeanette McCurdy's interview. I don't love, no offense, Alex Cooper. I don't love her podcast, I don't know. I think she's killing it in her space though, obviously. And I do actually enjoy a lot of her interview podcasts, especially I'll go to her podcast and see if it's someone I'm interested in. Jeanette McCurdy, if you were born in the early to mid 90s and you watch iCarly, she was Sam on iCarly, and she's actually a super interesting person. So I really like hearing her interviews and hearing about her, reading her stuff. So I've been listening to that. That's why my AirPods in while I was cleaning up. Here we go. Yum. I used from Raw. Is it actually called Raw? It's Chris Bumstead's protein company. I always forget what it is called, Raw. And I use the vanilla oatmeal cookie. Then I used this milk. I also realized I didn't show you my coffee today, but it's just a latte with this. And then I use this yellow Nespresso pod. And I use some of this sugar-free syrup. And then also stevia. I think I've showed that on many full day of eatings. But yeah, and then on top of this, I just finished it, so it's in the trash. I used some of this from Target, super yummy. I prefer, the OG cookie dough bites you can get from the movie theater. I prefer that. Excited to eat this. It's just late. Also, if you can't tell from my voice and my nose, I'm having an allergic reaction to something. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but once I go upstairs, I'm just gonna take a Zyrtec and that will put me to sleep shortly after I finish my Ninja Creamy anyway. I hope you like seeing my full day of eating, my meals. I decided this full day of eating to put the amount of protein in each of my meals. I still stand by the fact that I'll never give my full macros or exact calories because I just don't find that helpful. But if it's helpful to show you how much protein I'm getting in each meal, if you're wanting to replicate a similar meal and trying to hit a specific protein target, I thought that could be helpful without sharing too much in a way that someone could use it in a toxic manner. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me.